Steam veggies just for a few moments just to get them soft enough that they're not going to be undercooked or overcooked. Get rice started according to package directions. I usually omit the oils. I just usually add the water and the rice. I usually make about enough for 2 to 4 people, so roughly about a cup of rice. Add ground turkey to your pan, making sure that you break up all the pieces into smaller pieces and fry it until just about halfway done. And then we'll add our onion and garlic. So while your ground turkey is actually cooking or browning, I usually use a big enough pan that I can just kind of move it over a little bit. If you want, you can add a little bit of the extra virgin olive oil if you find something sticking. Otherwise, I just omit it. I'll add some peppers and onions. I like the frozen kind because I really don't like cutting onions. Not only are they time consuming to cut, but they also make me cry. So I find as long as, it's just vegetables, just like my fruit, I just like just fruit, no sugar, nothing added. It's great. You can just add it in. And then I'll just saute that up for a few minutes before I add the crunched up garlic. If you've got a garlic press, these things are great. Add in the garlic. Just at this point, I've cooked the peppers and onions just enough to get the frost off of them and, soften them up a little bit. And I'm just going to keep cooking that until all of the ground turkey is no longer pink. And then we'll finish her up. It won't take long. Give the rice a quick stir. You could use the microwavable stuff. I just don't really like it because I feel like they put too much stuff in it to preserve it. So I prefer fresh, but that's totally up to you if you want to save the time and one step. Now that the meat is fully brown, I'm going to add in 3 tablespoons of, you could add soya sauce. I like to add the liquid aminos just because I find they're a little healthier. And considering heart issues running my family, I try to do everything with very little salt if possible. And I don't know, I find it's just a better tasting thing for me. Then we'll add a teaspoon of sesame oil. That adds just some really good flavor. Then we'll add a half a teaspoon of black pepper. Half a teaspoon. I'm just going to add in some dried ginger. I could add fresh ginger, but I'm being lazy right now. And then I'm going to add in a dash of pepper flakes, just a little bit, because I don't like it too spicy. I've gotten to become a wimp in my old age. I used to love really spicy stuff, and I still like it, but I'm having a harder time dealing with it. So we'll mix it up, and then we'll cook it for another 2-3 minutes roughly. Add in our mushrooms, and we are going to add in the broccoli. It was just cooked for about 2-3 minutes, just enough to get that where they're still like al dente and they're not going to be too soft. I don't know about you, I don't really like really soft broccoli. So we'll just cook this up for a few minutes, and we'll finish it right up. So this is the point where we're pretty much done. I'm going to add a little squeeze of fresh lemon juice. And I'm going to add a little bit of chicken bouillon just because it adds some really good flavor to it. And then you can do whatever you want. I like to mix it up. So if you don't like peppers, omit the peppers, just add onions. If you don't like mushrooms, don't add the mushrooms. It's really totally up to you what you want to add. And then I usually mix in the rice, but you can eat it just like this if you're staying away from carbs. Myself, as a 49-year-old active woman, I find that I need those carbs. It helps my brain think better. It helps me sleep better at night. It makes me get the best output out of my workouts. And, even though people say that carbs add weight, I've always eaten carbs, and I've always, even in my best shape of my life, I still always ate carbs. Even when I was competing, it wasn't as much, but I was still able to eat carbs. For women, it's so important. I'm not sure about men, but I know for women, it's definitely important. Add in the rice. Mix that all up, and you've got a really good meal made in less than a half an hour using all really healthy ingredients. So, if you want to be the best health, mentally, physically, everything, you got to have your diet right. And it doesn't take long compared to what people think. So, I'm just trying to break that stereotype that eating healthy can be, it's not really any more expensive than eating junk food, really. Because I've seen it. I've had 3 kids living in my house for a long time. I've seen the way they ate, and trust me, I think it was actually more expensive, especially when they did DoorDash or whatever. This doesn't take long. Like I said, I mean, I walk every day, 20,000 plus steps a day for work, and I work out, and I have 3 kids, I have 3 grandkids, I have 2 dogs. I take care of my mother-in-law. I'm a busy woman, and I still find time to cook meals. So if I can do it, so can you. One last quick tip before you enjoy your yummy food. One of the things that I find in order to feel satisfied is to stay off your phone. Just sit and actually really pay attention to what you're eating. It really does make a difference in how satisfied you are by the end of the meal. And pay attention when you're full. You don't have to be overly full. Like, just when you're comfortably full, stop. It's not like a science. I mean, just listen to your body. Your body really knows what it needs. You just got to listen.